Lights, camera,
Rolling.
action.
Welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals, a place where secrets are spilled, stories unfold, and the mysterious world of verticals is revealed in all its glory. Behind the scenes, oh yes. Exclusive insights, absolutely. Eccentric characters, you bet. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something suspiciously strong, and prepare for a conversation you didn't know you needed. So welcome to the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. And now, let's talk. Hello and welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals. It's time for a new monthly recap and it's time for a really great year, I think, of verticals to wrap it. So I have the ladies back on my side and we are talking about the month of December, some type of the Christmas vertical who dropped there. And we are, I would say some wishes for 2026 for the vertical space. We are talking about all the stuff who came up, who will come up, and I'm happy to have the ladies back. And I say hello to Shika from Vertical View Weekly. Hi. Hello to Caitlin from Verticate. Hello to Aline from I Love Verticals, and the other two ladies, maybe they will join. We are not sure yet. But hello, ladies. Happy New Year. Hi. And welcome back to a monthly recap. How are you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, so I would say 2025 was a crazy vertical year. A lot of
Quite
verticals
crazy.
came up. A lot of good ones came up. Surprising ones, in my opinion. Creepy ones. We saw a lot of also new actors and actresses that I would like. So, and it was December and it was the Christmas vertical month. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed in the Christmas vertical who showed up because there were so many lately with a Christmas genre title, but I was disappointed because, to be honest, I only saw two really Christmas verticals in my opinion. The rest was a bit typical vertical trope storylines with a Christmas tree maybe in the background, and that was it. So, what were your opinion about the Christmas seasons of the vertical
Exactly the same. Like,
same.
I know that I call this like the Christmas bait. Basically, they use Christmas in the title, and like some of them try to really use the Christmas theme, so it's kind of bait, but not so much. But one of them on Stardust, it's like on the title, the first episode, you have like a Santa Claus in the background, a little bit of snow, only on the first episode and nothing until the very last episode, where there's kind of a little bit snow again, and that's it. Like the whole stuff, there's no Christmas. It's like abusive shit, and you're like, okay, to me, maybe that's just me, but for me, Christmas movie or vertical should be super cute, super exaggerated, like completely Hallmark movie style.
Yeah.
And when you use Christmas on the title, that's really what I expect. And when at the end it's like super abusive, I'm like, no, if it's just a romance with a little bit of Christmas theme, I can accept it because like it's still kind of in the vibe. But when you use it to put like super abusive one with a lot of beating and stuff, I'm like, no, come on, this is not correct. Like this is not what we expect from a Christmas vertical. And that's really just clickbait, and it's really not nice, especially because again, we don't have any trigger warning or whatsoever. That's really not cool.
I spoke with Mark Pontorelli lately for the podcast, and he told me he did a so-called Christmas vertical, but the only thing in the vertical was that the child who played in it said at the end, "And Merry Christmas, everyone." That was all he said. So he technically did a Christmas vertical, but no.
Oh, I hate
I
that,
think we had the
honestly.
template of All I Want for Christmas is a Husband on Drama Pops.
Yeah.
It had a love story and it was very verticalish, but they still included that she doesn't like Christmas because of her mother and what happened and how she again falls in love with Christmas. I think at least I would expect some sort of connection to Christmas rather than just having a tree. Like during Halloween also they did the same thing. They just put in the title, or the kid will just go around for trick or treating, and it's a Halloween vertical. The same thing was with Christmas. He had an overload of titles with the Christmas word in them, but they were not Christmassy at all.
Yeah, yeah, true. True. The
Hmm.
classic one for me stays still Cayman Cardiff's, as you said, All I
Hmm.
Want for Christmas is a Billionaire Husband, or the one with Casey Esther and Emily Gately, what
That's
was
what I
the
was talking
title?
about. All I Want for
For
Christmas is a
Christmas
husband. That
as
is
a
the one.
husband. Yeah, it's nearly the same.
Yeah.
But these two
Hmm.
were for me typical Christmas verticals. As you
Yes.
said, Shika, they had a storyline to
Mm.
Christmas,
Yes.
and the Christmas theme is the whole vertical, you see,
Mm.
and not only because of one Christmas tree in the background.
Yeah,
Or a
honestly, I think I have like except the two that you mentioned, I have one, two, three, four other Christmas vertical that are really like that I consider as Christmas vertical. I have another one on my reviews, but honestly, if you remove the Christmas theme, it could work perfectly. Even though they still use the they still use like the Christmas stuff, but you could have removed it and the story would have
Hmm.
worked. But otherwise, yeah, I have only four that I really consider as a Christmas vertical that were good, that was released this year. And with all those that we have seen with Christmas title in it, it's really not so much.
Hmm.
Caitlin, did you have a favorite Christmas one?
I I did. I found Drama Pops was the best for having
Oh,
quote unquote Christmas
yes.
verticals that
Yeah.
like like you guys are saying, but also Megan from Your Real Talk posted earlier, if you can take Christmas out of it and still have a vertical story, it's not really a Christmas vertical.
Yeah.
Drama Pops was good about making sure that the element of Christmas was very much weaved into the story.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite, which kind of surprised me, it was the only Christmas vertical I watched multiple times this year, was Baby Please Don't Come Home for Christmas with Autumn Noel and Connor Tui, I think his
Boy.
last name is
Yeah.
pronounced.
Mm.
Yeah.
I really like that one because the Christmas was really weaved into it. I also really liked Mariah Moss and
Life
Leaf's
After
new
That.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, on Drama Pops. I think all three that are on Drama Pops really, really good.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with the way Drama Pops approached the Christmas season comparatively to other apps. So
Yeah.
that's where
Hmm.
I
True.
that's where I stuck for Christmas verticals.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, Drama Pop is really doing like a great job in most of the vertical they're doing anyway. Like it's always
Yep,
like really well produced. Like you can see that they pay attention to a lot of details, also for the music
yep,
that they use, like the way they like
yep,
everything is like really high quality despite being vertical because we know it's low budget, but it's still like very high
yep,
quality compared to many others. I don't know, it's maybe because it's made in Turkey for most of them, so it costs less, so
yep.
it helped them to have higher production, I guess. But honestly, I agree, like the one with Mariah and the one with Autumn are like just so fun, and I rewatched them already several
Yep.
times, and it's always super funny. And like you have a real story, you have a real Christmas element, and you have like all the cliche from the Christmas movies, and also like very vertical coded, so this works perfectly.
Is the one with
Yeah, the
Autumn
one.
also on Drama Pops?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
And actually that was probably my favorite Christmas vertical that I watched this year. And like I said, it's the only one I've watched multiple times. But that one, whenever I watch it, I get a very Hallmark movie Christmas feel to it.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved feeling nice, warm, and fuzzy. Whereas a lot of the other
Hmm.
quote unquote Christmas verticals, yeah, I didn't feel the warm and fuzzy. I was like, oh yeah, this is another campy, weird vertical story dressed with Christmas titles and posters
Yeah.
and stuff. So I was very happy with the one with Autumn and Connor. So
But especially because like Autumn had a lot of same roles over and over again in the past, and this one I think like her acting was so much better than most of
Yes.
what I've seen from her on Real Short. Like I
Yes.
don't want to spoil, but Drama Pops even like put that as an ad, but there's a one scene at the end, like an argument between the two of them, and in this specific scene, like you're like, wow, like it's so different from what she's used to do, but so
Yeah.
much better than what but I
Mm-hmm.
think with the right script she can really be so much better, but she was stuck with Real Short for so long with kind of shitty stories, so I'm very happy
Hmm.
that she had the chance on this one because she was really really great.
Was
Yeah.
this one the one which was produced in Lithuania?
uh
She did.
Probably.
She was lately for shooting one in Lithuania, and I think
Probably because Drama
Might
Pop
make.
is doing Lithuania and Turkey, so
no,
Yeah.
because the BTS I saw from there, she, sometimes I have the feeling when you see some BTS, you see are the actors stressed or some, and
Hmm.
she was always smiling in the BTS. So I had the impression that she really enjoyed this time. And I think, when an actor just live the job at this point, you see directly in the
yeah.
vertical.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I think it must have been very satisfying to her to have a role where she was able to play a mature, sensible adult role instead of this
no.
overly emotional and, just,
Yeah.
messy sort of immature characters that she always unfortunately lands with. So
No.
I think
Agree.
she had to have enjoyed the mature storyline that just was real and authentic and believable, and romantic. It was really, really nice.
We could
I
also
also,
see her comic timing, which is great. I mean, the
yeah,
comedy is the toughest, and she was very good at that, at doing those bits. It was very nice.
Yeah.
yeah, and I want to go back to the other Christmas article with Mariah Moss and Leave Off the
Mm-hmm.
Dial.
Yep.
I love the chemistry between them.
Mm-hmm.
Every vertical they are doing together, the chemistry is so nice. And when I saw, oh, they did a
Natural.
Christmas vertical, I was so, oh, that's cool. And I liked the storyline that, okay, he is a rich guy, but that doesn't matter for the storyline. For me, it was totally nice to see that they are going to a normal farm countryside and enjoy Christmas there, and with all the normal stuff, not super fancy, not super rich, not super whatever. Okay, the plane crash that they all survived so easily was a bit okay. But I really loved the storyline and the chemistry, as Caitlin said in the last monthly recap. The chemistry between some actors is really great, and I love this. For me, it was
Yeah.
the best Christmas vertical this year to see.
Yeah.
I rewatched it, I think, 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it's on my top for the month. Like I have like my top will be like three vertical, but only one Christmas. I also had
Yeah.
other that I really loved, but this one is my top two because I really loved it. And I was a bit scared at first when I saw that they were doing another one on Drama Pops because the two first that they did are pretty
Very
similar,
similar.
except
Yeah.
that the first one is friends to lovers and the other enemies to lovers, but the storyline were kind of the same on both, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I just
Yes.
hope this time is gonna be different, and it was different. It
Yes.
was better, and yeah, I really loved it, and like the Chris character was super funny. Also, it really
Yes.
bring like a little bit
Yes.
of Christmas theme in it, and also the like the villain, they are not very villain in this, like it's not extreme
Right.
violence or whatever.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like every time they do something they like are strike back right away. That was
Mm-hmm.
super fun to watch. It's not like extreme bullying for 20 episode and maybe at the end something happened to the villain. Now
Yeah.
it's what you
Yeah.
do something and up karma
Immediately.
right away, boom,
Yeah.
instant karma,
Right.
and that was
Right.
super fun to
Exactly.
watch.
Yeah. And it was so, haha, yeah, Karma, bitches.
Right?
I was really cheering up when they said, yes, got it. Take this.
Same. It was so fun.
Yeah, I really love that. So, does anyone? Okay, my crap of the month is also like a Christmas musical, but let's talk about this later. I think we are going now to the nice sides. In December, there were not only Christmas verticals. I had the feeling that December was in total from the verticals, which dropped quality better than the November one. I saw not so many shitty verticals. I turned off in total 6, but I watched a lot more than in November, so it was kind of in relative. I watched a lot of drama on Drama Box lately in December because Drama Box popped a lot of new shows, and for me there were a lot of good shows also. And I want to start with the best side role. We said last month we are doing best side roles also. It was kind of conflicting because the vertical was shit, but the side role was really good. And it was, for me, in All I Want for Christmas Is My Quarterback Husband, the vertical was a crap. That was for me also a crap of the month. I turned it off because it had so much yelling and abusing and so. But for me, Buddy Kane stands in the side role really, really good in this one. Otherwise, he looks in the suits really good. I told him that the suits, and he told me, yeah, that were my own one. He brought his own suits on set. So he played this delicious guy really well, and I love to see him there, although I turned off this vertical. But the best side role of month December, in my opinion, was Buddy Kane this month. What about yours? Who catched you in the side role?
I
I
think for
can
me
go.
it was Luca Pietro in Crossing the Line with My Neighbor. It's on Shortigal, with the one with Jess Jacoby and Jackson Tiller. It was a small role, but he was very cocky and a typical mama's boy, and he gave that bad boy vibes, but he was less from here. So it was cute. I quite liked the role. I like these kind of light roles. So he was right there and he was into character. The cockiness was overflowing and I quite enjoyed his role in there.
Aline,
Yeah,
your side role of the month?
I have like it's a couple actually on the series, and it was really funny. It's on the 30 Days to Love. It's John Henry Richardson and I think it's Theresa, we pronounce, I'm
Lisa
not sure,
Richardson.
Richardson. Like they're playing the parents in this one, and like they're like John is always super funny anyway. In many roles that he does is like always great, and the dynamic between him and Theresa in this one, with the whole story behind, like it's really it's on my top for the month. Also, this one, like this vertical, is very good. But it was
Which
like so
platform was
fun.
it?
It's Taste Life.
Okay.
Is the same that Casey Esser and Kira Wisely had a
It was
vertical on it.
always you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like super top quality, even though the platform is like not the best because they don't have many stuff and it's kind of weird to navigate on it. But
Okay.
the quality that they have on it is very good, and this one was very nice. And again, like the parents were just super fun, so yeah, totally was worth watching all the ads to unlock it.
Caitlin, your side role of the month?
My side role, it actually one that was at the tail end of December. My side role, it definitely goes to, oh, and I forget her last name, Emily Rose, in Legally Right, Melting Mr. Ice Cold or something like that on Drama Box. with Shay, Deneen, and Aaron Orcutt, and that she just she can play a villainess very well, especially the bratty ones. And I've kind of been watching her since I started a year ago, and the progress that she's made has been incredible. Like if you watch her in some of the earlier stuff, like I just rewatched one of her earlier verticals, Take Me Hades, where she plays the sister. If you watch her performance in that and then her performance in this one, just completely elevated. So she brings such intensity to the role to where you just love to hate her character. So I have to give her props for that, honestly.
Hello, Dahlia. Welcome to the December and Happy New Year to you also.
Happy New
So-
Year, Happy New Year.
We already checked on the Christmas vertical ones, but we are talking now about the side role of the month, December. So which person or maybe couple or whatever in side roles hit you in December?
The best friend in sorority, Eris, takes her throne on Flare Flow. The best friend when she turns on her and realizes that she was being used. Cassette Hatch's best friend, like sorority sister, when she realizes that she's really being used just for her evilness. You know what I mean? Like she's purposely being used to be mean to Talia's character. She goes the opposite way. She finally there's a little bit of an arc of redemption, but her character is very cool actually. Her character and then the Jenny character. So Talia's best friend in it. So those two little side characters, the two best friends, they both have pretty cool side roles.
As I said, I have the feelings that the quality was good in average of the verticals which dropped in December. But as we speak always, was there a vertical which disappointed you, or where you thought, oh, what the heck, what a shit, beep? And why? Who wants to start? Shika? What?
Yeah, I'll start. This vertical was like, a road accident where you can't look, but you can't look away as well. You just have to
Yep.
see that what the hell is happening. It was like that.
What
It
title,
was
please, and what
Too
platform?
late for second chances on iDrama. It was with Mark Pontarelli and Mariah Boone and Eric Brody. So Mariah Boone, I know she's the tragedy queen, but it was next level of toxicity, violence, hate towards the mother. And Eric was playing their son, who is very toxic to his own mother. And the series of misunderstandings, the redemption at the end, it was so toxic. And I have switched off like 7 to 8 verticals after third, fourth episode. But this I had to watch. I just wanted to see how far do they go. And oh my God, I was in a state of disappointment and angst. I don't know what. I just wanted to go in the screen and slap everybody. It was so bad. I mean, Mark, if you know him, he is very funny. I would rather prefer him in a rom-com rather than this toxic, next level toxicity. It was so bad. It was so bad. I can't watch children being mean to their mothers, and this was just the epitome of that. It was very bad. I will never suggest it to anybody. But still, I watched it. I'd like to torture myself like that. So that was the one.
It's 8 binge. Like we do that a lot. Like sometimes you're like, I hate it, but I have to finish this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Aline,
Yeah,
what?
and-
Oh, sorry, Caitlin, please.
I was just gonna say, and the sad part is that's not the only one that Mark does like that. He's got another one or two on Platelet where it's another very dramatically intense and just toxic, type vertical. So he's got because I follow Mark's stuff pretty closely because I really like Mark's acting and the fact that it's always really intense, emotionally filled, and dynamic. I love his acting. But he's got like three of those that are all pretty much the same sort of intensely toxic and high tension emotional stuff. So most of it's on platelet, but yeah, the one on iDrama was particularly
And then you
I have to
see,
agree.
then you see the one where he's the knight with Autumn Noel, and where he's so funny.
Yes.
You
Right.
cannot believe that Mark is able to play such hit
Well,
you.
and again, that's why I like him is because
Yeah.
he's very
Yeah.
good at doing the full range of
Mm-hmm.
acting. Very, very
Yes.
dynamic actor. He can bring, because some actors, they can bring a really good intensity at one end of the spectrum. So either they're really good at the feel good videos, but then when you get to the more, darker stuff, they're not as good, or vice versa. And Mark's really good at going to both ends and just bringing his A game. So I have to commend him on that. But I agree with Shika that was a very crappy sort of vertical. So I agree with her, but it's not my pick for the month. So
What's your pick?
my
Tell
pick,
me.
biggest disappointment ever. I was
Ever?
so
Not
I
only
was
for the month, ever?
yeah, pretty darn close actually, I think. It, it was because I was looking forward to it. I got so hyped up and then I was so bummed. It's Bite Me Mafia Daddy with Robert Palmer Watkins and Marie DeWitt. I I don't even know where to begin on that. Like
Did you finish it?
I did because again, I love Rob. I really, really do. And I was really excited because he's never played a mafia role before. And it was crap.
Can
And
you say
I
which
just
platform it was published?
that was Drama Wave.
Okay.
And I think one of the so I love Rob, but he's got a very boy next door sort of face and vibe. So I wasn't sure how the mafia thing was gonna go. He tried and he did okay. It's just I was not able to get behind him being a mafia Don. It didn't work for me. And then I think my biggest issue with the whole vertical is there's a completely random, ill-placed, doesn't make sense BDSM scene smack dab in the vertical. It doesn't make sense. And it's out of nowhere, and it's not even. I don't want to say it's not consensual, but it's just crap. It's crap. And the storyline isn't even that strong. It's just, I was so disappointed. I was very, very upset. So that's my upset of the at least month, if not year.
Aline, what
Um,
was your
there's
crap?
one that I've seen a lot of ads and I was really expecting better. It's Golden Feather that is on Net Short and Real Short. It's a BL stories with Queen Holmes and I don't remember the his co-star's name, but the idea behind it was really nice. It has kind of a cruel intention vibe in it, like with the step siblings having a weird relationship and then playing with some other people, but instead of having playing with a girl, he's playing with a guy. And it has that kind of vibe in it, so the promise was pretty good. Quinn is really great in it. I have to say that he's the only one that really carries the vertical, but it's not enough to make it work. The main issue in this one is the post production. I don't know who did that, but they completely ruined it. First of all, they dubbed entirely the second lead role. But I heard afterwards that it was planned to be another American actor, but he kind of canceled or couldn't make it at the end, so they had to replace him with a Russian actor at the end. And maybe I don't know his voice because they dubbed the entire stuff, but
Oh,
probably it was not so good, so they have to dub everything. But the problem is the dubbing is really bad, and when you have like the emotion on Queen's voice and like the one who responds is like super robotic voice, you're like, yeah, but it doesn't work. Like it completely Like when they do that on side characters, sometimes I can tolerate because you're like it's like one little sentence there, maybe, but like is that the whole story between them and this is the lead couple, so it doesn't
Yep.
work. And also the weird stuff is sometimes like they are, I don't know, crushing a glass on the floor or whatever, and you don't have any sound, and then the next scene they open with the same stuff and now you have the sound, and you're like, this is so weird. Like, it's really difficult to stay focused on the story, to try to really be immersed in it. So to me that was the problem. Like, again, the story was good because I like Cruel Intentions, so it was kind of something really nice to see vertical, especially turning the plot with a BL instead of having a girl, like you using a guy. It was really nice idea, everything. And Quinn was really good. I didn't see that much with him. I see it was only the third one I've seen with him, but he has like a huge potential to me, and this role was really good for him. I think like the story really matched what he could do, and like he was good, but again, even though he was good, it's not enough to save the entire story. So to me that's very a disappointment, because like I've seen a lot of ads and I know a lot of people talked about it, and I was like, I want to see it, and I was like, at the end it didn't work that good.
Yeah, the post-production is sometimes really a problem. I watched
Yeah.
lately two verticals. They could have been nice, but as you said, Aline, the post-production ruined
Yeah.
everything. Really, everything.
I
Dali,
I actually think that post-production is a bigger turnoff for me personally. I don't know how you other ladies feel about it, but it can have the best actors, the best actresses, the best storyline, the best cinematography, whatever. But if that post-production is not there,
Yep.
or it's, weak in any regard, I think that's the number one thing that'll make me shut off a vertical
yep,
faster
yep.
than
Yep.
anything else.
I shut off
Absolutely.
lately one because of the sound. It
Yeah.
was so
Yeah.
exhausting listening to it. I switched it off. The background music was so loud. The actors didn't have in a lot of scenes some mics on it, so it was so weird to understand what they were talking about. And then there was so shitty, sound effects between, and I was so, oh really? I would love to see it till the end, but I cannot finish watching it.
And here's the
My
thing,
my
they
two are
know.
like that. I have two like that that I could not finish, and I'm like Caitlin in that respect, that I'm one of those like just rage finishers that I finish no matter what.
Yep.
But I have one that was the When I Was Gone, The Regret Began on Net Short, with Emily Bennett, and it was one of those sister jealousy payback ones where the adopted sister and biological sister kind of go at it.
Yep.
But the voiceovers and the post production was so terrible. And again, Aline, it was one of those where they must have brought in a foreign actor to do the voiceover part. It was just so terrible. It was so terrible. I was like, how do they get everyone is really basically the same language? And then all of a sudden you have a father who is yelling at the daughter the entire time in seemingly a different language, and the lips don't match. It was so terrible. It was so terrible. And Married to My Alpha Husband by Contract on Kalos TV, the voiceover was again horrific.
Yeah,
And I always
I
have
saw
hope
this
with
one.
Michael Coltis, who, he's done a couple of really good Chinese versions of things. I'm kind of through with him because it seems like he's picking projects lately that just either the post production is terrible or just the projects are terrible, and I'm kind of I'm starting to be a little bit more picky, I
New
guess.
year, new try,
Yeah.
maybe for him. We'll see. I have a vertical which dropped lately at the end of the year. I was a bit because it was with Ryan Lawson in it. It was his latest one, The Alpha's Kept Woman. I know a lot like this vertical, but for me, too essential lines were crossed in this vertical. It was great acting of the child or teenager acting, but for me it was absolutely a no-go that she was slapping an adult and she was humiliating the female lead. For me it was like, what are we now at this point that the child actors start to be villain and crossing absolutely the borderlines for me. And I spoke to Ryan with it because he asked me about my opinion. And I said, listen, one point for me, it was declared as a werewolf one, but there was not really a werewolf in it. In the end, you see two shifting, but he as the lead didn't even shift. It was two of the shifting only in the end. And he told me, yeah, he was kind of surprised how less werewolf stuff the storyline had, and it was declared as a werewolf one. That was one part that would have been okay for me, but this violence of the child role in this vertical was for me an absolutely red flag, because I'm hoping that there will not be more verticals where the younger ones are start to slapping the adult ones or humiliating more and more, for example, maid stuff or stuff like that. That's for me absolutely crossing a line that they are showing how teenagers treat people. For me, in that case, I'm always thinking you have in some way a functional thing to show kids how they shouldn't live or handle situations, and this avoiding and this harsh saying of this role was for me, I was totally shocked. The storyline would have been really great, but this red flag crushed for me the
They
complete
probably
whole
could have
work.
used it a little bit like a learning experience, because the idea of royalty treating the help, even like spoiled royalty kids treating the help terribly, is not a new concept.
No.
You know what I mean? So the idea of a spoiled rich kid treating their maid or nanny or governess terrible, that's not new.
Yeah.
But to not use it as a learning experience, and
Yeah.
I think that her arc of realizing that she did it to her mother,
Yeah.
they tried to do a good job of it, to her, like, her regret. But I think that the regret wasn't quick enough.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean? I
for
think that
me,
had it been just a little bit shorter on
yeah.
on the on the mean part and a little bit longer on the regret part, then
Or
maybe
it
it wouldn't have been as harsh.
Yeah, or it should have been there is one scene when they were eating and she was humiliating her mother, and okay, she didn't know at that time, but her father was sitting right next to her, who was in love with the woman, and he didn't do anything about that. In that case, I would want to have seen, hey, listen, you cannot treat her like that, or something like this. But he was still sitting next there and watching it. And that's for me, okay, the kid could do anything to this person. And for me, that was the red flag, that she was not corrected in her behavior of any person in this whole vertical
That
stuff.
makes sense. That makes sense.
For me, that
And
was
unfortunately, I do think we're seeing more of child actors being asked to portray characters who are doing bullying. And I agree with Dahlia. It's good when there's a redemption arc. However, there's not always one. The one I was talking about earlier, Legally Sexy, Melting Mr. Ice Cold or whatever, was Shay and Aaron. The one of the child actors in that, Ronnie Fox plays a the son of Emily Rose's character, who is spoiled brat, and he is just congratulations to Ronnie Fox on playing the most rattiest kid ever. It was fantastic for a child actor. However, they asked this character, this child, I mean, because we got to remember that these are still kids.
Yeah.
So they're still impressionable. They're still learning on what's acceptable and what's not as human beings first before they're actors. I mean, yes, I'm sure they're being taught that there's acting and then there's real life. However, in that one vertical, that character, that child character, actually has the butler like in like a chain collar leash sort of thing and is
Yeah.
like yanking the butler around on the floor, and just being, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And
It's fun.
I don't feel that there was ever a redemption arc for that because his character, as the adult characters progress in the story, his character kind of disappeared. So there was no redemption for that. But that wasn't the only scene. Like throughout this whole movie, he's bullying, not
Constantly.
just
Yeah.
the other child actor, everything else. It's just I'm seeing it a lot more and it's becoming more intense. Whereas it used to be, they're bullied, they have the regret and then the redemption arc, that sort of thing. And I'm I think we're unfortunately starting to see a few trickle in that there's no redemption arc and the child doing the bullying to either adults or other children is just getting um more intense or longer in
Longer,
duration
yeah.
throughout a
Yeah.
vertical.
Yeah, in that one, I said with this alpha scapt woman, this one goes on for 40 episodes until she realizes that's her mother.
Yeah.
So that was for me, what the heck? And with every episode, she got more and more mean. And that was I was shocked. As you said, Caitlin, acting is one thing, but I think she's 13 or 14 in real life. I don't know exactly. It's a typical teenager age where they are trying the puberty, and for me, I have a childhood in this age, and you see exactly they are now trying. It's the first rebellion age where they try to, and if you see that it works, even if it's in a vertical, I'm not sure if it's good to see it.
I don't see beyond shock factor. I really don't see a reason to be asking these child actors to be doing intense scenes or bullying scenes. I don't. There's no reason to it. Almost always, it's not adding to the story at all. If you took it out, it's not going to change. Diminish the story. It might even make it better. But it's all about shock factor. But again, morally, I really disagree with asking these child actors to do this.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the only reason I would say that because it's not a new trope is royalty talking to the help. You know what I mean? Like in that respect, it would carry the show forward if it was in a small dose.
Yeah.
Because
Small,
it isn't a new concept.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it went on for too long a time.
Too long, yeah.
Even if it's kind of verbal, okay, for a few episodes. But now it starts to, as Caitlin said, playing with the butler and treat him like a dog or slapping an adult. That was for me the total red flag. Okay, they now start slapping an adult.
Yeah.
That was the first vertical one where I saw that a child was slapping an adult. And that was for me, I was really shocked to see that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I hope that this was the only one where I will see that. And that it's not coming up now with this one. Because I was very happy to see lately. We spoke in the last monthly recap about verticals where disabled person were treated bad. I had the impression that this was getting less last month, that there were not so many verticals where disabled people were treated shitty. So hopefully that theme is gone for the new year. We will see, maybe. So enough of the crabs. we hopefully have less crap in 2026. Which actor and actresses surprised you, make you happy, whatever? Which one you will say, okay, she or he flashed me in December? Shika?
I think for me it was Gabrielle Faith Brown in Love is a Dangerous Dance. Ever since I saw her in the first vertical with Shane Davis, she was on my monthly award list for the Rising Star. I just knew she had potential. She was so funny and cute and everything all in one. She was basically the package. Now that I saw her with Mark Harmon in this vertical Love is a Dangerous Dance on Real Shots. She dances, she's toe to toe with him on acting in the scenes, in the dramatic scenes, in comic scenes, whatever. I mean, I'm so floored by her performance, and she knows it. I can't stop watching her. She's so beautiful. I mean, I'm not talking about the looks. I mean, I'm talking about the flow on screen. Her screen presence is amazing, her dialogue delivery, she dances amazing, and she's so confident. Her dialogue delivery is so good and clear, and that is what I like. I don't like people who are, I mean, I'll still watch it, but I'll not admire it. People are fumbling and they don't know what they're not living their character. So, but she was completely into it, and I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm going to watch Daughter of Zeus tonight. I've already heard great things about it and her acting. So I'm really looking forward to what else she's going to do. I really like her.
Aline, what's your actress of the month?
Actress is Kayleen Peluso in Please Bind Me Uncle, I think is the name on iDrama. She was so fun and in this one. Like usually I don't really like the role that she has. Like she has a
No.
lot of often the same kind of role, and it's not my favorite type of verticals. But this one was so fun to watch, and she was playing like she wasn't playing exactly the innocent girl. Like she was everyone thought that she was innocent in this one, but she knew exactly what she was doing. She was kind of playing all of them for fun, but the way they did it was very funny compared to some other story where they tried to do kind of the same. But this one really works for me, and Kaylin was really, really, really great in it, and it was very fun to see it, like see her playing everyone around, like oh my God, like I cannot really explain how she's doing it, but it was really great. So to me, she was the female of the month.
Caitlin, your female of the month?
Mine is actually gonna be Tess, and I always slaughter her last name, Disserin. Um,
Dynasty.
Dinerstein, thank you. She is going to be my actress of the month because she had two really awesome verticals that came out. She had Mr. Blake's Rules, which was about one of the many ballerina verticals that came out this month.
We had a
And
lot.
we did. But her chemistry and with Aaron has always been, right from the beginning, has always been really remarkable. I loved their chemistry in the film. Um, her her dance is beautiful. She really brought her A game to that role, but she even more so brought her A game to another role, The Crash of Light and Dark, and that is Mr. Blake's Rules is on Drama Pops. Crash of Light and Dark is on iDrama. Crash of Light and Dark is with Jackson Tiller. Oh my God. Talk about both of them roles of the lifetime story that's just simply amazing. Um, it is it not to give anything away, but it's my vertical of the month too, because she nailed it, he nailed it, the story nailed it, like everything was the stars just aligned. So
What was
for
the
this
title
month,
again?
The Crash of Light and Dark, it's on iDrama. I know a lot of people don't necessarily have subscriptions to iDrama because it's a fairly newer app, but this one vertical is worth a subscription. There's other verticals on there that you can add in to get your full value, but in my opinion, this one vertical is worth a single weekly subscription, hands down, because of the performance that Tess and Jackson give and the storyline. The editing team also did an amazing job. So, Tess for sure for actress.
Dahlia, your actress of the month?
I'm going to parrot what Caitlin says on the Crash Between Light and Dark. Although Tess is not my actress of the month, mine is Rebecca Stoughton. Rebecca Stoughton, she had one role that I did not love, only because of the movie that it was, which was Mommy Saved Me, Daddy Left Me to Die, and I cannot see Jay Cobbs in a negative role. But she was the Christmas queen for me. She had the Christmas baby that brought us home on Flare Flow and Rented a Billionaire Husband for Christmas on Real Short with Jesse Morales. And Rebecca is always just a breath of fresh air. I think that she's bubbly, she's magic, and even when she has she shows pain, you can see her face and her she's such an emotive actress that you can tell exactly what's going on in the scene, but just by looking at her eyes. And I just think that she was absolutely magical in December.
Nice. For me, it was Casey Schreier. Is it Schreier? I loved her in two verticals. One was When Broken Hearts Beat Again with Fabian Arnold, and was the other one? Shit, I forgot. I really liked her acting in that one. And the other one who dropped lately was Find Me, Mr. President with Gabe Armentano in it. I don't know. I love the acting of Casey, but in this two verticals, she was for me, okay, I saw her lately in two leads again, and every lead role, she was really great and emotional, and so she was living the role always, and that's what I really like, if they are playing so full of heart the parts, and always the loving mom she played. And yeah, for me that was my actress of the month. And I'm going straight to the actor of the month. For me it was Michael Allen. Michael Allen had lately dropped a few shows in December. For example, His Love Was a Lie on a drama box, and The Last Gambling God on drama box, what I like because it was kind of a totally new storyline. And then The Hockey Star Can't Stop Missing Me on drama box. And lately what I really loved, the vertical, was Plus Size Plus Love, also on drama box. It was a drama box month for him, but what I really liked on his acting was the total different type of roles. In The Last Gambling God, as I said, it was kind of total new storyline. It was kind of a classic one that you were super good in do anything. There were same storylines with the bakery and stuff like that, where they got lost and got back to it and stuff like that. But I really liked his acting in Plus Size Plus Love, because for me, it was really nice to see first one, a vertical with a plus size actress from the beginning till the end. And he was so supportive for this female lead, not bullying her. He was always backing her up in her dreams. And it was so, to be honest, he surprised me in this role. I hadn't expected that he, even if it was acted, could be such a loving and supportive partner. So I really loved his acting in this one, and his facial expressions in this role was totally good for me to see. I loved him in this month, really. And it was the actor I watched, to be honest, most in December. Yeah. So, your best actor of the month, please. Caitlin,
For
was
me, it
Jackson.
was.
Sorry?
Sorry.
No, I
No,
just
no,
want to
no.
ask Jack. Caitlin, was Jackson Tiller your actor of the month, as you said, in comparing with Tess in the vertical?
Yeah, it's not just that. The Crash of Light and Dark was definitely good, but Jackson's doing really well at being very selective on his projects, and it's showing. Because we have Crash of Light and Dark on iDrama, but we also have Crossing the Line with My Neighbor. That just again, really great quality story. He's making there's great chemistry in both of those verticals. And he brings his A game in both of them. Making sure that there's an intensity, a little bit of spice for the romantic part, but also that the storyline is believable and that the emotions that the character is going through is brought to life, to reality in such a way that's kind of almost captivating. You can't help but just like, oh, I need more. I got to keep watching. And he does it with such ease. It's just there's something very entrancing about his performances, especially now that he's being selective about projects.
Sorry, Shika, I interrupted you. Who's your actor of the month?
It is Ryan Larson, and I've mentioned in my notes that up until the Alpha Skept Woman with Hana record, with the one which you were talking about, he was on a roll. And I started with The Blind Bride of the Scarred Mafia Boss, then Bound by My Fiance's Uncle. It was okay. I mean, the story was okay, but he was very good in it. Then Taming of the Billionaire was very, very good. I mean, his acting, I'll honestly say that he is one of the better actors we have on here. I mean, the projects he chooses or the project he lands can be a bit controversial sometimes, but
Yeah.
him as an actor, he's a very, very good actor. His dialogue delivery is very clean and clear. His expressions are great. His screen presence is amazing. I really also liked Mr. Diaz's Deaf Bride, but it was last night that I saw Alpha's Kept Woman, and I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed for the same reasons that you mentioned. I cannot for the life of me watch children being mean.
Yeah.
I despise children talking like adults and behaving like adults, and I do
Yeah.
not like at all when there's nobody to discipline them.
Yeah.
So this was just a series of instances where the child is misbehaving and everybody's just watching. They are being awkward, but nobody is disciplining the child. So I was like, why? And it was nothing about a werewolf. Honestly, it would have been just another story. So I was very disappointed that after this winning streak, why did he choose this project? But anyway, he was still my actor of the month because he's been great in many other verticals.
So, best actor, Aline?
For me, it's gonna be Ben Armstrong on Love You to Death on Drama Box. Usually Ben is doing always the same kind of role, like in high school, like the typical playboy falling in love with a little like nerdy girl, kind of. And this one was very different. He was like a psychopath in it. That's basically the whole plot is not like a cute romance at all. But even though, I love cute romance, that's my stuff. But this one I really loved because well, from the beginning what to expect. It's not like hidden shit in it. Like that he's supposed to be a bad guy in it. Like it's kind of a thriller stuff. So you're not surprised. Like if you start the series, you know right away what you're gonna watch. And he was really good doing the creepy guy. Maybe too good. It was a bit really scary sometimes. but but yeah, it was really nice seeing him in that kind of role, and I really hope that we will see him with more diversity in his acting, because again, like he's great doing the bad boy in high school, but I'm sure he can do so much more than just that. and I really hope that we're gonna see him doing more stuff, and I'm sure that we will. But this one was a very good example of completely different acting, completely different role, and he nailed it. So yeah, that was really nice.
I went very light this month because I was in a very Christmassy mood. So the
Even
Christmas
without
I married a
snow?
Grease, even without snow. I was actually in snow for 8 days of the
Okay.
month. So I was feeling very Christmassy. The Christmas I Married a Grease-Stained Billionaire. I love that one with
Yeah.
Mariah and Leaf, and his match made in the ring on Flair Flow. I really liked too. It was very lighthearted. It was a matchmaking one, so I just thought that he brought a lightness to the month for me, and I really enjoyed his work this month.
Yeah, for me, the Christmas one with Mariah Moss was also one of my. I have two verticals of the month, but this one was for me the vertical of the month because, as you said, he nailed this role so nicely and so naturally.
It
It
reminded me of like a Hallmark or a Lifetime
yeah,
movie. Like it was
yeah,
very, it flowed. It was very wholesome.
yeah, yeah. And to be honest, I want to have a mechanic like him. No, why
Like him
not?
or Cayman. I mean, if they're going to be
I have
mechanics,
to.
they're
I
gonna
Right.
have
come.
to get next week my car into the.
You
But
need, you need to snap a picture of the mechanic.
yeah, I need a nice mechanic. Even I haven't met the nice doctor in the hospital yet, so maybe the hopes are still alive for a nice mechanic, but I don't think so. No, no, shit. So, what catched you in December? As I said, for me, the Christmas I Married a Great-Stained Husband was nice. And also, it was declared as a Christmas one, but it was the typical, it was, as we spoke before, not really a Christmas one, but it was a mistaken surrogacy, a Christmas Destiny on Drama Wave, because I was very happy to see Miles Clohessy, what's his name?
Posey, yeah.
Clohessy? Back in a row. And the chemistry between him and the lead was really great. Okay, it's kind of typical trope with surrogacy, wrong sperm, blah blah. But I really liked the whole. It was a great, entertaining story for me. You don't have to think much about the storyline. It was for me totally nice to watch. It was well produced. It was not a shitty post production. And I could not help myself but Miles Clossedy as a supportive man
He's
for
total green flag. He's
Mhm.
just very supportive.
it's comfort watching. Oh really? And I thought, oh yes, I did he did some verticals where he was kind of mean and I was so, oh please, no, not mean in this one. But he was so nice and so supportive and so loving, and that was for me this, oh yes, thanks, I needed exactly that one. But I don't get it why it was declared as why the Christmas was in the title, but without that Christmas thing for
Christmas
me,
bait, just to make you click. That's it.
Yep.
I didn't get what the Christmas hook was in the vertical, to be honest. But for me, this one was really smooth and nice to watch without really big drama, but without really shitty drama. I love this one. For me, that was comfort watch, this one. Yeah. Sorry.
I have like my top three would be, so third position is 30 Days to Love with Grace Swanson and Jackson Tiller. It could actually have been a Christmas vertical, this one, because it's at the Christmas time, but they didn't use Christmas at all. So it proved that you don't need, like, they didn't even do a Christmas clickbait where they could actually, but they
Yeah.
didn't even do it. But this one was really good. The second place is for the Grease stained Christmas Billionaire with
Yeah, yeah.
Mariah and Leif. And my top one is Fake It Until You Date It on Kalos TV. The
Yeah.
BL with Drake Close. I don't know how to
Yes,
pronounce
yeah.
his last name, but Drake.
Yeah.
Um, Like I was surprised to see him in a BL role, but he was really really good in it. This one is super cute. It's like it's really nice, like fake relationship, typical stuff ended up in a real relationship. But yeah, it was very very nice, and I don't know, like it became honestly one of the one I rewatched almost right away just to make sure that I didn't forget or any stuff, but I really really liked it and I will rewatch again and again. So this is my top one. It has nothing Christmas in it, even though it was released in December. This one is just typical vertical. But yeah, very good. So Drake and Joshua did a very great job as leads, and the entire cast was great. The setup was nice. Some little detail could have been improved, but honestly, overall, when you watch it, you're just like, oh, it's a feel good one. So really
A
nice. Yeah.
cozy one.
Yes, exactly. Exactly my type.
Dahlia, yours?
I have a top three
Mhm.
that just blew me away. My number three was Pregnant by the Heartless Lichen King on Good Short. If you want a werewolf vertical, this is Alexa and James John Pulido. He's new, he has beautiful eyes, and he will pierce your soul.
Okay.
I mean, this is a werewolf. This is an
A
alpha.
real a real werewolf one.
This is a real
Okay.
werewolf alpha that will just pierce you.
Ooh,
And it really the whole thing was werewolf. There was no
that's
doubt.
good.
The number two was The Crash of Light and Dark. I think that it was just phenomenal. I agree with what Caitlin said. It is completely worth the iDrama subscription, but there are a couple of other on iDrama that are just completely
Mm.
worth it. And number one, hands down, is on Gamma Time. If you haven't checked out Gamma Time, their
Gamma
monthly
time.
subscription is minimal. It is not a big investment. They have a very unique and different genres that they are bringing to the table. They are looking to elevate the vertical space. A lot of their scripts are written by the creator of CSI. The movie that I'm talking about is The Road Between Us. If you just want to read my review on it and just watch that one, it really is one of those movies that leaves you floored because it's unlike anything that you've seen.
That
Um,
one?
Yeah.
yes, it really is a different type of movie. It has the vertical tropes. It is a love story, but it's not going to have the usual slap fest. It really it's elevated. It's completely elevated. It's completely different. They have mysteries. They have um, things that are based off of books, almost like a candy jar. Very unique scripts. It is a completely American app. Shika, I don't know that you can get it yet. I believe it's only
Let me
US and
check.
Canada.
I can
I
get it
believe it's
here in
only US and
Germany.
Canada, and you may, if you can get it, Michaela, I'd
I
get
can
it.
get it. But
But
to be
it
honest, I haven't
really,
heard about this app
it's
yet.
it's it's very it's very new. Kristen Brancaccio actually is the one who turned me onto it, and the road between us was directed by Matt Macedo,
Okay.
and Jessica Morris and Rib Hillis, who are a married couple in real life, were my chemistry of the month couple because they were just so fantastic in it. I can't say enough about this film.
Really, €6 for a weekly membership only?
Now in Canada, it's more expensive. Like I took
Yeah,
a weekly
it's a
to
limited
try, but
offer. It's a limited offer. Normally €22, but actually at the moment, Christmas VIP says €6 per week.
huh.
That one, if you watch that one, Miracle on Dream Street, which is a very Christmassy Christmas vertical, but it is an important Christmas vertical, has nothing to
Hmm.
do with romance. They have The Player, which is Shay Deneen and Eli Jane, which is a Jackie Collins book. and they have The Vengeance Affair, which is also a very different type of vertical with Ashley Alquist. That's 4 movies right there that, I mean, will really take up your
Okay,
subscription, Michaela.
that's good. No, I haven't heard about this app yet.
It's
Okay, to be
very, very
honest,
unique.
2025 was the year of the new apps.
I know, and I know that it's hard to commit to a new app, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking to them next week. So hopefully I can try and talk to them and see, especially for reviewers, to try to see if we can put a plan together to try to get some visibility to the app.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to get them on the map because I really believe in what they're doing. I think that they are just a great platform. They're
Oh, that's
listening.
nice.
They're
Yeah.
listening and they want to elevate the space for
Oh,
sure.
that's nice. That's nice. You know, the thing is,
Yeah, I
as we,
have it here.
you get it?
Hmm.
Okay. Now, the thing is, I don't have problems with upcoming platforms, but if they are totally expensive in weekly memberships, or if they're only bringing out some old shows from other platforms, I'm sorry, but I'm not willing to check them out. But as you said, if it's a platform with different storylines, with book-based storylines, in my opinion, are always really good to watch. I'm love to support this kind of small platforms then, because even though you don't get this big quantity, but the quality is for me the most point I need to get, not the quantity.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So
So
I gotta be honest though, for me, and this is just my opinion,
yeah.
I much prefer quality too, but at the same time, I will not buy a subscription for a app who is only putting out one quality vertical a week or month or whatever. I I have to see because I've tried to think about what amount is good for me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be straight up honest. Drama Box and Drama Wave can get very overwhelming with the
Hmm.
amount of new verticals they put out all the time. You know, sometimes three, four a
Yeah.
day or more.
Yeah.
Um, I find that if you're putting out a new vertical, like say minimum of 2 to 3 times a week, I'm pretty happy. But I cannot stand like I I barely have apps or watch, like for example, I love Candy Jar. I love what they're doing, but I barely get a subscription for it because they don't put out a ton. Same thing with honestly, I love drama TV, but I think I've gotten drama TV subscription maybe twice this year
Hmm.
and just in, a binge watch for a week, and week is more than enough time to catch up on verticals. And in my opinion, it shouldn't be like that. Like I should be able to get $20 worth fairly easily. I just I
Yeah.
think
Agree.
there's a line, you have to balance it. And I think these apps need to recognize that, yes, we want quality, but at the same time, there needs to be some sort of quantity to it. I mean, we're not expecting the three, four a day, but we also need more than just one a month or even, in my opinion, one a
Yeah.
week
But
is
depends the
Especially if
still,
they're
price
going to charge
also.
$149 a year or if they're going to
Yeah,
be
that's the
19.99
thing.
a year.
Like,
yeah,
honestly, if you put only one, like Candy Jar, to me, it's kind of fair because the price is really low compared to
Yeah.
right.
other platform. But
Yeah.
I agree that if I spend like 150, like $150 for a yearly on an app that has barely like
Yeah.
one or two release every, I don't know how many days, that's not okay. But when you like have a low price because you know that you have less quantity, I can accept it. It also depends on that. That for me, it really has to depend the price, because most of them have the same kind of pricing, whatever app you're watching. I've seen some
Yeah.
they have only like multi-platform stuff that you see everywhere, and they charge $200 for a
Yeah.
yearly. You're like,
Yeah.
but you have
Yeah.
nothing exclusive on your or maybe one exclusive. And like 2 months later, it's not even exclusive anymore. You can find it on Drama Box or Drama Wave that rebuy every stuff. So this is not okay. But it will really depends on the price and the quality. To me, like it's very difficult to say which one is good and which one is not, because the price can be very different from one to the
Right.
other, especially with smaller apps. Like we know that Drama Pops, well, I got a yearly for less with the Apple stuff, but I wouldn't have buy it at the full price, because to me full price does not really worth it. They don't have enough release. But at a discount price it was really worth it. And for many of the apps, discount price is okay, full price is
Yeah.
not okay. But I think maybe,
Yep.
hopefully, it will change in a coming year, because we know that a lot of apps are coming again, but different apps. Like we have some, not like the typical Chinese recycle ones, but we have
Yep.
some new ones that are more like Western apps. So of course there's Chira TV that is coming probably around March. That's one I really look
Looking
forward
forward.
to.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep.
there are others that will come and that will probably also like bring me more stuff. So hopefully it will help to lower a little bit the price. I don't know. I want to hope, but I'm not sure. But hopefully it will help also with that.
Let's hope that like
So
Kalos TV and Dreamy Short take the hint, because those two
Yeah.
are probably the most expensive. And
For me,
Dreamy
Real
Short
Shot is the most
still,
expensive one.
Dreamy
which one?
Shot is the one I watch the most and I spend the most money on it. I don't know
Ah.
why I keep doing it, but it is what it is. They have the D parts forever on shows. So if I have to watch it, I have to pay for it. It is becoming ridiculously expensive to watch
Yeah,
Dreamy Shots at this point.
Dreamy
yeah,
is
To be fair,
very
for
very
me,
hard.
I let
yeah.
go of it, because for me to be able to watch it is $30 a month.
Mm.
And that's just, I mean, really $360 for a year. And I had a yearly for 1 year, and I
Hmm.
really tried to make the most of it, but it got to be too much. And Kalos just doesn't have a yearly option.
Well,
Really?
Not a
here's
yearly
the thing
option.
I'm noticing is I'm noticing more and more that some of these apps are doing
Oh,
away
sorry, Dreamy doesn't
with
have an annual option. Dreamy doesn't have an
Hmm.
annual option.
No.
No.
So Dreamy and Kalos or Mini Shorts, either of them, none of them have a yearly option. So it's not even, you're paying $30 a month and that's
Yeah.
it. And they're not
right.
even,
Yeah, well, and
that robust.
some of them are even doing away with the weekly options. I know that there's been a couple oh God, what was it? I
Oh,
think it
I'm sorry, that's
was
the
it
weekly
play
option. That's right, $30 a week. $30 a week,
Mm-mm.
not
yeah,
a month.
yeah,
Really,
it's
for
a week.
Dreamy
Yeah, 'cause
Short, I paid
Yeah.
less.
yeah. Yeah, but some of them are doing away with weeklies and they're only doing like monthlies or yearlies, or some of them are increasing their weeklies and doing away with some of them are just making it expensive, and it's the stupidest thing ever, because that is the quickest way you're going to lose
New
viewers,
subscribers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And I will say this though. I noticed and I was able to catch quite a few apps that had discounts for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I let the
Me
weekly
too.
expire, and then I go to watch something and it popped up with a discount. So I got Net Short, Fairflow, and Drama Pops, all yearly subscriptions, all for half price, so $100 or less for the year. And I was very, very thrilled to get all those, and I immediately jumped on that. Because they're all normally like $200 a year.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, this is good. But
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely need something cheaper. I do have a year subscription now to Candy Jar because they are cheap. I will give them that, but it doesn't. Again, there's got to be a balance. Like I said, there's got to be a nice balance between quality content, quantity, and then price of the app. It's all got to kind of come together in the perfect storm, if you will. So
Yeah, for me,
I
as
think
you
Wigloo also has gone the same way because they were on a roll, I think in
yeah.
August and September, and now there's hardly anything in the app. I forgot the app is even in my phone the other day.
But to be
too.
I don't
to
think
be
I've watched
honest, my
Wigloo.
yearly membership for Wegloo was only $10.
Yeah, same. I
Thanks
paid
to
$12
Elise, so
for a
that
yearly, so
that's
Same.
that is
I
not
had got a I
that
had got
doesn't
a
matter
code.
to me that they are not publishing. Thanks to Eileen, I got it for $10. But lately, to be honest, as Caitlin said,
Not
and
even watching.
all the Christmas discounts and stuff like that, I was lucky to get a yearly membership for Drama Wave for 65 euros. And I got a yearly membership for Drama Box for 69 euros. Normally they are over 200 here. And I got, that was also for me nice, a yearly membership for iDrama for 50 euros. So that was for me total fine to hop on the yearly memberships for these apps, because I know iDrama is kind of new, don't have yet so
Poppy.
many shows, but okay. But for example, the other stuff I got for Fairflow a monthly membership for $7.5 for a month. So for me, that's fine. I was looking about the Christmas discounts, because Aline knows it, as you purchase them once, they are in the Apple abos. So for me, it doesn't matter anymore which time of the year it is. I can get this monthly subscription for Flareflow ever for $7.5. So it was only, I needed to do it one time. And
yeah,
then
the
it's
first
in.
one is difficult, but like Dreamy Short don't have that kind of act. Like you cannot do that
No.
for Dreamy Short.
No.
Unfortunately, I wish, but we cannot. But the best ones are iDrama. Like a weekly now is like $1 for. It's actually
It's on Stardust,
$0.99.
exactly the same actually. Stardust is
Yeah, and Netflix is the
1.9.
same also. Like for one weekly, it's like a $1 now. So
Really?
Which
whenever
one?
I have to
Talflix.
Talflix. Like
Really?
now,
I'm-
every
I'm-
time.
Telflix, I have it, and I'm starting to question Telflix now with some of their
Yeah, but
choices.
honestly, like for me, Netflix is like I tried once for the game of choice because I really wanted to watch this one, and
Of
now
course, me
that
too.
I haven't took another weekly since then, but I know that if I have to take a weekly, it's like $1. So even for one show, it's totally worth it. Like it's not like it's difficult sometimes. Like I have one series I really want to watch, but it's like even $10 it's discount price, but for only one I'm like like I spent
Eileen,
already too
watch
much,
the
so
show.
I want.
Watch the show that I told you last night.
No, but I haven't I haven't subscribed. But I will probably I want to check the one
For
on
me, it's
Netflix with
actually
the Eric.
$5 per week on Talflix. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
not Netflix for me. I have
Caitlin,
a
I
really
told her
cheap
about
one.
the show.
Yeah, she told us. Like she told us also at the beginning of this one. So yeah,
About the spicy one.
This was
I think
this
spicy
was
would be an
Carolina Reaper
understatement.
hot.
The
It's
hot
not even
one.
spicy. At this point, it's not even spicy anymore. It's like other level.
This is
I like
burn your
I
face off hot.
I was
Yeah.
absolutely flabbergasted last night. Like I said, I didn't even get all the way through before I had to stop, and I called
She
Dawn. I
called
was
me
like,
at midnight. She's like, "You talk."
New
Because
year, new spices.
Well, Talia and I have a really high tolerance and appeal to spicy verticals, but holy crap! I think that's what
She's like,
flabbergasted
"Oh my
me
God."
is. Yeah,
Okay, I will have
mean-
to check until the paywall later.
You just have
It's
20
episode
seconds
one.
on the
It's
first
episode
episode,
one.
and that's it. You don't need more.
But question, is there a storyline or only nudity?
I didn't get past episode 1 yet.
So I did finish it. It's 59 episodes. I did finish it, and I think I said at the
59
beginning,
episodes.
yeah,
69 would
59
have been symbolic.
episodes. And it's technically supposed to be a mafia story. There's a little mafia sprinkled in, but really at the end of it, it's just all kind of a push and pull, sexual tease sort of vertical. It's just a spicy
So
vertical with.
there weren't any costumes needed or what?
I guess
Maybe
if
they
you
didn't
can
have
pull
the
a bunch
budget for the
of
clothes.
bejeweled strings, if you want to see a Victoria's Secret type show on a vertical, I guess there you go. Like, I don't know.
Huh.
It was and I told Dahlia last night, even some of the props that they used were very different and very unusual. So
Very
She
low
told me, she goes,
budget,
"Have you
even low
seen this?"
budget than usually.
She's like, "Have you seen this?" I put on the first episode. I stopped it 15 seconds in, and I said, "WTF?" She goes, "Can you talk?" And she called me.
Will you watch the rest, Dahlia?
No, I'm telling you, I have not gotten past episode 1 yet.
Yeah, yet, but will you try?
I'll try it. But she told me that it's really the whole thing. I have a subscription to Netflix, but I can't watch it on a plane. I've got a 6-hour flight to San Diego.
No.
I can't
No,
watch it
so
on a
Not
plane.
with
This is not safe
Yeah.
for public viewing.
This is the one where you absolutely want headphones. You want to be in your own home, preferably in your own room. Like this, I typically watch new verticals because I go to the gym every night, and I always finish with a treadmill sort of thing. You absolutely cannot do that with this one.
But I
You
felt
cannot.
like I was blushing and I was alone in
was.
my office.
Yeah, I told you. I when I called Dahlia last night, I was in my bedroom by myself, and I told Dahlia, I said, I am blushing so bad right now, and I don't, like I said, I have a high tolerance for spicy, and I'm blushing, man.
It was really, really like, wow. Because the next
Well,
scene,
we need to go
I
over
saw the
what-
first scene and I was like, oh. And then the next scene, I was like, oh.
Oh. Okay, so
Well,
I think this would be a vertical we can talk about in the next monthly recap. Maybe a lot of us had seen it.
As
And
long
also,
as you promise to publish the episode after 8 p.m. when the kids are asleep.
Right?
or I have to do you have to be at least minimum 18 years old
18,
to listen
yeah.
to that.
You're right.
It's not
Do the
free.
beep,
See, that's
beep, beep.
that's the thing Dahlia and I both agreed upon about this vertical that really sucked is there's zero warning. And like I said earlier, the title's very deceiving. You think it's a mafia vertical, it's not. There's no pop-up, there's no are you 18 and older, there's no trigger warnings, there's nothing. It goes full blast right away. And like I said, like I said to Dahlia, it doesn't let up. It's just full throttle, super spice all the way to the end. And I even asked Dahlia, so what are the definitions of like porn
she's
versus
she's is this even considered pornography? And I was like, well, there's pornography and then there's soft porn.
Yeah.
And I went into the whole explanation and how what is allowed to be
soft
on
porn
TV
could
and
be
what isn't.
aesthetic.
Well, there's stuff that's allowed to be on TV, and then there's stuff that is required by law to have the warning. But even the softcore stuff needs to have a warning. Like HBO and Cinemax can't show softcore without showing some kind of warning.
Well, especially since verticals don't get a rating system, like
Exactly.
they don't
There's
get
no
R
rating
rating
system
or
on verticals.
PG-17 or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
and I am a full believer that because there's a lot of people out there that are like we don't need these toxic spicy toxic and spicy verticals. I'm not a believer of that. I think we should have it all. What I do think we should have is a rating system so that people can choose that if they don't want to watch heavy violence, rape, sexual assault, whatever, they don't have to. There is no reason to. Just because you don't want to watch it doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. What we should have is some warnings. And Kleos was doing a great job of, scene by scene, episode by episode, making sure you had all the warnings. But this is where Tallflix really hugely dropped the ball on this one. And honestly, it's something that they need to change ASAP.
But is it
I
a
haven't
script
seen-
from
I
from
haven't
the
ever
Western? Is it?
I have a
where does the
subscription-
script from?
Sorry.
So where does the script come from for this vertical? Because sorry, but I cannot imagine that it would come from China.
Oh, it had to have. It had to have for sure.
Honestly, you
Denise-
can find some really
It's
like
Nevin, it's Nevin
Chinese
Tomek
drama.
and
You can have
Denise Boras
some stuff.
Trepat with Dave Eves.
Yeah, but is the
So it's
script from
definitely a
China?
Chinese script. It's definitely a
Really?
Chinese script.
Yeah, it's one of the ones Nevin filmed in China for sure. And you can even tell because I can always tell when they're filmed in China because like for example, one of the dead giveaways is when they have a scene with a vehicle in it. They
Uh-huh.
always have the long
Yeah,
license
yeah,
plates, but they
yeah.
say New York on them. And that's a for me it's a dead giveaway that it's a Chinese one, but also I follow Nevin because I'm one of
Yeah,
Nevin's
yeah, yeah.
biggest fans, and so I follow Nevin. I remember him posting behind the scenes clips and photos with these co-stars. So I do remember that
I
this
have to
this was
talk
one of
to
his
Nevin.
Chinese ones.
I have to talk, and I think I have to talk to him in German because he's from Switzerland, so he understands German very well, and that I can be sure that he understands exactly what I want to know. I should talk to him in German and say, listen, Nevin, I have a question. What the heck?
I did message him
I have a
last night.
subscription. I have a subscription to Passion Flix,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Passion
haven't.
Flix. I
You know,
didn't even hear about Passion Flix.
it's 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 inexpensive, and it's one of the ones that you can get the spicier verticals on.
Mm-hmm.
And even there's no nudity. It's a little bit spicier. It's ones that really like the heavy makeout scenes, and that do prefer the heavier spice.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anything as spicy from the one episode I saw. I haven't seen that on Passion Flix ever.
Oh, holy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Do you
saying.
think do
It
you
would
think a
belong
vertical
on
like
Passion
this
Flix,
will be a
but
hit?
this one episode, I've never seen anything like that on Passion Flix.
Do you think this kind type of vertical will be a hit?
I
I
can't
think it would
imagine.
depend also the story. Like if it's just like nudity or sex for sex, like I don't think it's gonna be a hit because even though people love spicy stuff, they still love the story behind it. If you have
Mm-hmm.
only spicy but without any good story, it cannot be a hit. If you have both, maybe. But the we talked about this so many times. The trigger warning needs to be there on
Yeah.
every app,
Yeah.
every stuff. And before even starting the episode, because I noticed that on Kalos TV, just before a heavy violence episode, you will have like a trigger warning on
Yep.
screen, but from the episode. Like if it's on the episode 35, I don't want to wait. Like I would like to know from the beginning, okay, in this series you can expect this, 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 and then I decide, okay, do I want to watch 30 episode and see an extreme violence scene or not? So because it's good to have it at least on the episode, it's a start, let's say,
Yep.
but to me it's not enough because again, like if I know that towards the end it's going to be super violent, maybe I will not even start because I don't want to waste time on something that at the end I will not like because it turns violent to the end. So I would like the trigger warning to be at the beginning saying, okay, you can expect this, 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 so either you go through with it, you're fine and that's it, or not. That's the main issue. Like I'm so done with first before paywall. Usually you can always expect like at least a slap or stuff like this, but usually all the banquet humiliation stuff are later on, and I'm like, I already wasted 30 episode and now I have to endure 20-30 episode of shit. And I'm like, no, I would like to know from the beginning, and I'm not even wasting time. I have so many on my watch list I can skip, but once like if I stop watching before paywall, like after 2 or 3 episodes, because it's really not my stuff, it's okay. But I don't want to waste 30 episodes to realize it's not for me and I have to leave. That's
Mm.
really annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Makes
Would
sense.
you say that the what they have on regular TV that's like the TVMA 17,
Disclaimers. Yeah.
the like that type of thing is something that you'd prefer?
Yeah, but basically what Kalos do is good, but they should have it at the
I'm saying
At
beginning.
the
at the
beginning.
beginning of
At the
Yeah,
a TV show,
yeah,
it
at the
basically
beginning, yeah.
says
Yeah,
TVMA 17, and then it has codes
yeah,
like
Yeah.
yeah.
ST whatever
Yeah.
may
Yeah.
have this, and this.
Yeah, because again, Kalos is doing this episode per episode, so sometimes you will have language, sometimes you will have nudity, sexual violence, but it's only from the episode. If they like collect all the warning from the
Mm.
entire series and put it right at the front, I would at least like maybe it's not gonna be perfect right away, but at least you cannot say, "Oh, I didn't know it will turn violent towards the end," because you knew from the beginning. Hey, you have that kind of stuff. You have suicide warning, you have miscarriage warning, you have sexual assault warning, whatever warning we need, bullying. homophobia, whatever you want, but at least explain, okay, this can be tough, this could be like heavy. At least you know whether you start or you do not start, but you're not surprised like halfway through that, oh, there's a pregnant woman being beaten up. No, I don't want to see that. Then at least I know from the beginning there's extreme violence in it.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. So, ladies, we are started in 2026. If I would be a witch and could grant you everyone a vertical wish, what would it be?
Credits.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Okay, Dahlia wants credits. Aline, what do you want for 2026?
Trigger warning. I think I will go with that because
okay,
we really
it was
need
clear.
it, so.
Yeah, in every app, on every show where needed. Yeah, okay, true. Caitlin?
I think I'm gonna go with a mixture of definitely reduced rates, especially me being like my phone is Android. I did get an iPad for Christmas, but I don't bring my iPad everywhere and I don't feel it's as intimate as my phone. So for me as an Android user, it gets quite expensive. I don't have the Apple hack, unfortunately. So I would definitely like to see more reasonable pricing. But I also would really like to see a condensement of apps. I know eventually it'll come. I know eventually there will be so many apps, and then the strongest will survive, and then there'll be a condensation. Basically, how TV streaming services ended up going. But I am anxious to see that. But I will also echo. God, yes, credits. Because as a reviewer, I am sick and tired of trying to figure out who is who and who played what, especially with all the new actors and actresses coming on board. And then now that the SAG is getting on board with the verticals, we're in for an onslaught of lots of new people in the vertical world. And I want to give credit where credit is due. You know, when I have a vertical that needs to give, props to. So.
Yeah. Shika, your wish?
I have two. One is enough of banquet humiliations. I can't take it one bit.
Oh, yeah.
I can't take it for 1 second. I have stopped watching verticals altogether. If I know there is a banquet humiliation or I ask someone, I know where it is going, so I'll just not watch it. And the second is consolidation of apps. I have an app over here in India. It's called Watcho, and there is Hotstar, Netflix, Disney, and everything over there. So I pay for that particular app, and it subscribes me to all these apps. So I would prefer something like that for the vertical space, a centralized app where I don't mind paying a little bit more on that particular app so that it is all centralized in one app. So I'm just watching that and it streams all the apps for me. So these two majorly. Yeah.
And I want to add one wish, better storylines.
Wow.
For
Needless to
me,
say.
the third year of watching starts for me. I watched in 2023, 2024, the full year, 2025, the full year. So now, for me, the storylines are really big points of watching a vertical. New storylines are so damn needed. I'm getting sick and tired over this old every time same storyline one when you know exactly after the 5th episode how the story will go. And that's for me, even if the cast is great, not entertaining anymore. I want to have some kind of fresh new storylines that brings you, and also the serial ones. I want to get more serial vertical ones where you have more than one part who makes sense and more storylines which could be developed over more serial and part ones. So I'm still hoping
More
for
sequels.
Yeah. I'm still
More
hoping
sequels. There are many, many unfinished verticals that need sequels that
yes.
people have been demanding.
Absolutely.
I am anxious. Did any of you guys see the contest Real Short was having on their subscriber thing about voting for what
Yeah.
series sequel, to do next?
Mhm.
Does anybody know what the ratings were? Because I didn't check it right before
No, but
Christmas.
this contest sounds a bit creepy, like crappy because one of the winner is I don't remember the full name of the series, but like they did only the first 10
Top
ish
10.
episode, like it
Mm-hmm.
was not the full stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the idea for the full stuff, but not the financing and everything. They entered the contest, and now that they are part of the winner, they announce on their Instagram that they will not do the next part of the series for 2 years because now Real Short has exclusivity on this, and I don't know why it's not possible. Maybe Real Short isn't okay with what they had planned or whatever. But what we know is that this series has a lot of potential. It was a very good start. We needed the rest, and now they announced, yeah, but for 2 years we are not allowed to do anything. So basically, they won a contest that should have allowed them to finish the series, but at the end they will not finish it because they won the contest. So to me, there's something weird about that stuff, and I'm happy that, for example, Tides of Desire didn't won. At the end, I'm happy that they didn't won because probably they will be able to release their show entirely somewhere else on a better
Mm-hmm.
platform with no real short shit on it. So that's kind. I'm sad that they didn't win because they would have deserved. They are trying something different, but considering what happened after, for the winners, I'm happy they didn't win.
Okay,
Isn't it
last
like
question for this.
Sagebrush something?
Yes, thank you, Dalia. Yeah.
What was it? Sorry, Dalia.
It
Can you
was
say?
like Sagebrush Hollow or something like that. It
Okay.
had to do with like
Yeah.
a ranch with Mark
Yeah.
Valeriano.
Okay.
Yes. This one.
That's the one
S-
that won, and it was a great little series.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to what was coming next, but it's a shame that it won't get done.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for this monthly recap. What genre you want to see more in 2026 or new maybe? For me, I'm totally expecting the first pirate one, and I'm hoping that this will be so good. And I want to see more mystery ones. Mystery, and don't forget the comedy. I want to see comedy. Yeah,
The
I'm
pirate one,
hoping.
I actually am working on my feature article because I had a great interview with Julie, the creator, and everything. So she answered like a lot of questions with a lot of great answers. So I have to put that up this weekend. Hopefully, it can be live next week. But a lot of information in it, really nice. Really expecting this one too. For
Did you know
sure,
when it
more.
will get released? Did she
No,
tell
for
you?
now, no. For now, it's not like they haven't the platform yet, from what I
Okay.
understood. But at least the series is done filming.
Yeah.
Like they finished filming everything, so now it's gonna be maybe finishing all the post production and then finding the
Hopefully a
release
good
the
post
right.
production.
Yeah, and hopefully a good platform to go on to also. Maybe multiple platform would be nice so you can make sure that everyone can see it from at least one of the subscription that we have. We'll see. But for me, what I would like is like we have a lot of werewolf and a lot of vampires, but I would like more other kind of creature. We had one mermaid one that was nice. Would like more of this. Maybe elves or whatever, like more mystical
Elves.
creature would be nice. I know that for the post production with all the effects might be a little bit difficult sometimes, but the mermaid one was actually pretty decent considering the budget they had on it. So I'm hoping that we can have this and yeah, more maybe thriller a little bit more, like kind of a psychological thriller stuff
Psychological.
could be nice, yeah.
Chica, you're
For me, also, psychological thriller will be on the top of my wish list because there is hardly anything available on verticals for this genre. And one more is police procedural. I think we even spoke about it in October. Yeah, something like Criminal Minds or something like that. Where serial killers are there. They are also kind of psychological thrillers, but I want something to have continuity. Like I don't mind. They are bringing us episodes like once a month one case and then next month another case, something like that. So it'll have continuity, it'll have a fan following. Yeah, I'm looking forward to something like that. I even pitched this idea to someone. Let's see if it goes to fruition.
Yeah, I discussed this idea with Kirby Elwood. We will do a European criminal series all over,
Yeah.
but I still haven't won the lottery, so the money is still
Mm.
missing for that. The fun part is all the actors, even directors, script supervisor are already all in. I have
Yes.
totally a list. It's all about the money.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, Caitlin, you? What do you want to see more?
I definitely like the thrillers and the detective stuff and the Criminal Minds sort of stuff. But I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's technically genre. I'm really liking some of the stories that the creatives are coming up with, the actors. And I want them to be able to tell more of their stories because I think some of those stories would be really nice and unique. But I would absolutely love to see more rom-coms too. I mean, I'm not a big rom-com girl, but I do feel that there needs to be a little bit more rom-com to balance everything out. And to be honest, I just want to see more genres and more storylines, that we kind of already see in TV. And I think one that was already in 2026, it's a good step in the right direction, is the Greek god one that Real Short just put out on New Year's.
Daughter of Zeus.
I was
Yeah.
very, very happy to see that. Love the storyline. It was fresh. It was original. It still had vertical tropes in it, so there was still a familiarity about it. And I know we're just kind of getting into January, but I got to give props to the hair, makeup, and costuming teams. Like, it brought that vertical to another level, and that's the kind of thing I want to see. I want to see different but elevated.
Dahlia, your wish of genre?
I agree with Caitlin when it comes to like the Greek god one. I think that a lot more mystical, like the Greek god, mermaid, elves. I love anything supernatural, and werewolves and vampires are great, but witchcraft, anything that has to do with the Lord of the Rings, or anything that has to do really with magic or something would be fantastic. But for all of you that said police procedurals and thrillers and stuff like that, again, I don't mean to parrot Gamma Time, but the front runner writer is Anthony Zuiker, who did all of the CSI shows. So one of the films that's on there, one of the projects that's on there is the Drew Peterson show, the Drew Peterson film, which he's the guy who made his wife Lacey disappear. So that's the type of film that's on there. So there is thriller, whodunit type procedurals on there. So that's why I'm saying if you can get it for inexpensive, I'd say just give it a shot. I'm not getting paid by them. Trust me. I really love that they're bringing something fresh.
Yes.
I love that they're bringing something fresh to the market. And I love anything that's different is good. Something that can definitely elevate.
It's time for something new.
They don't bring the usual tropes. They have something different. So as far as what I'm looking for, I love the idea of the Zeus one. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm right there. I can't wait to watch it.
So we will see how January will be fulfilled with verticals, and I thank you so much for joining me this year also for the recaps, and say have a nice January, a nice new vertical.
Sorry,
2026. It's fine, totally fine. And we will meet again at the beginning of February, I think. And then we can talk about how this vertical 2026 started. And if maybe one of our wishes are already come true, who knows, who knows. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for this monthly recap. It was a pleasure having you, and have a good 2026. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for having
Bye.
us. Bye.
This is a wrap on this episode, and I hope you tune in again.